countryside. I like that song. I love that song. Dun, 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 dun. There's more. We're just playing VGMA winners this whole week. It's just for VGMA. So, and there's a VGMA conversation in a couple of minutes where Adam and Frankie and Akusua and Valerie sit down to review, release their thoughts, re-energize the conversations around the VGMAs. But for now, we are going to have a conversation on SIM resellers. So there's a group known as the Network of Communication Reporters, and they are calling on the National Communications Authority to completely remove all telco agents, into brackets, SIM resellers, from the ongoing SIM registration process, so as to prevent any more incidents of fraudulent SIM registration. This call comes after the NCA explained that some unscrupulous telco agents had circumvented the process on two legs, leading to the many incidences of fraudulent SIM registration, putting telcos at the risk of being sanctioned. To tell us more about why it's necessary at this time, we have the Vice Dean of the NCR, Mr. Samuel Dowona, who's also the spokesperson. Sam, good morning. Tell us what exactly is fraudulent SIM registration.
Thank you very much, Kevin, and thank you to your viewers. So, what emerged in the course of this SIM registration was that I personally got information from a certain chief that he was about to register an additional SIM. He had 3 SIM cards already.
Okay.
He was about to register an additional SIM, and you know that the law says every Ghana card has got the opportunity to link at least 10 cards.
10 SIMs.
So he wanted to add a 4th SIM for a purpose, and he was told that he has exhausted all his 10.
Cool.
But he knew he had only 3. So he had to then go and check, only to find out that there were 7 L30 numbers linked to his card without his consent. So once this came to my attention, then I started a campaign talking about everybody walk to your telco, check how many SIM cards are linked to your Ghana card. Quite a number of people did it. They found what they found, and then NCA then came out and said that they are now issuing a short code. Okay, I got to know that they were working on it already, but then once the story came out, then they sort of like facilitated the process, and they came out with the short code, which is *402 *1#. Now people went to check, and people found as many as 18 cards
on a 10 limit
on the 10 limit card. That is another.
So bottom line, who is doing this?
So
who are you suspecting?
So our suspicion was that when you do the stage 1. Stage 1 is when you link your own Ghana card to your SIM card in your house. Now, when you do that in your house, the Ghana card is with you. There is no way you are going to show it to anyone.
Exactly.
So the risk of anyone having access to the details of your Ghana card is totally eliminated.
Exactly.
So our thinking was that, so when we go to stage 2 to go and do the bio capture, that is when the agents the agent got involved because of the queues at the various telcos offices. They both got the agent involved. So when you go to now meet the agent, that's when they get access to your Ghana card. And then now they begin to use the details to link other people's Ghana card.
For a fee, I'm sure.
Yeah, of course, for a fee. Because I'm told they were selling some of those things for like 20 cedis per SIM. But the NCA had come to actually explain that it's not necessarily the details of your Ghana card. But when you do the stage 1, when you do the stage 1, once you send the information to the short code 404, it goes straight to the NIA. And then NIA sends you a code to confirm that you are the owner of the Ghana card.
National Identification Authority.
National Identification. So that code, when you go to the agent to go and do the bio capture, you have to show them the code. So it is the code that they pick.
And the code has all your information on it.
The code is the confirmation that you are the owner of the SIM of the card. So they pick the code and now begin to use the code to link your card to other SIM cards. So it's not your details. So the stage 2 has not been compromised. The stage 2 is where they do bio capture. So that one they have no, but there is the stage 1.
The first stage.
The first stage. So because you need to show them the code. The code when you generate the code from stage 1, you need to show them to confirm that you are the owner of the Ghana card.
Why do we have to have human beings getting involved in this process? Why couldn't this whole process have been done in my house, on my porch?
That is which is why I even mentioned to the NCA that, look, that's what Nigeria is doing. They link it at stage 1 and what we call stage 1. And it is done. So once the Ghana card is in my house and it is with me, I'm not going to show any code to anybody.
No.
So the risk of even an agent seeing the code and then beginning to, it's eliminated.
It's gone.
So for me, I think that is the crack of the matter.
Who is responsible for
but
this?
The NCA also says that they are enjoined by EI 63, which is the Executive Instrument 63, that they should build a national SIM register. So they also need to do the state too, because for you to build that SIM register, you need to capture people's biodata and stuff like
Nigeria
that.
doesn't have a register for SIM.
I mean, that's a big question that we know, because we thought that they were just going to jump on the biodata at the NIA and use that. But they said that they are also capturing their own data.
Can I sue somebody behind if I find that there are more numbers? Who can I sue?
It is the telcos, because it is their agents. And so that's why we are saying that the agents should be completely eliminated. Because if you say stage 1, remember that NCA had said that come 31st of May, they are going to delete about 11 million cards. 11 million cards include some of these badly registered SIMs, and include people who are also using SIM card that they have not even bothered to go and register at all. So once you delete all those things, then the issue of deadlines for people to go and register and stuff like that is gone. So you don't need the agents anymore. So let the people walk to their telcos and do their thing. So, because otherwise, if you keep using the agents, and security systems are not foolproof.
No.
So even the state 2, the use of the app can be breached as well. So if it is breached, who are you going to blame? So when you limit it to telco staff, then you know that agents are out.
Exactly.
So immediately there's a breach, you know where to look.
What are the telcos saying about your advocacy?
I would imagine that they wouldn't like us. They don't like it much, because it would then delay the process of getting people to sign on to their network. Because when you delete 11 million people, I mean, maybe MTN has got about 6 million of that. Somebody has got about 2 million of that. They want the people to quickly get on their networks, and then we have to remember that we are fighting fraud as well.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these numbers too are fraudsters who are using this. So if they pretend we don't have Ghana card, the more you give them time, the more they have the opportunity to defraud the system with it. So they have to be, at some point we have to delete the numbers.
What is your evidence that these SIM resellers are the ones who are taking part in this fraudulent SIM?
NCAs themselves have said so.
They've said so.
NCAs have, per their studies, they have seen that it is not the stage 2 that is being violated, but it is the stage 1. And again, the reason the fingers are being pointed at the agents is that when this SIM registration started, there was already a system of registering SIMs, which we said was flawed, because the ID system that was being used cannot be verified and stuff like that. So the telcos will have a shortcode that they were using to do the registrations. Now the telcos walked to NCA and pleaded with them that not all of their agents have got smartphones to then be able to put the app on and take people through the current process. So they should allow them to still use the old system, but then once that is done, then that individual whose SIM have been registered with the old system can then walk to the telco and do the new system. But what was happening was that people they allow the agents to use the old system, but then the people don't go on to go and register. Then the agents then use the codes that they have captured from other people's Ghana cards to then link for these people that whose SIMs they are registering with the old system. So it is they are violating the system, and the telcos are aware, because some of the numbers that were found they were in close accession to each other. Maybe a number is ending 59, another one is ending 58, 57. So the telco whose SIMs has been registered, they know. They cannot tell us that they don't. They know that this one, you have to walk to that agent and find out what that agent is doing.
What's the solution?
So now for me, if you ask us NCR, we are saying that. So remove the agents completely from the system, and we know that it's going to cause a lot of queues at the back. There's a saying that can say answer. So if that's what it will take for people to now walk to their telcos to go and do, which should
can the system be okay? Go ahead.
Number 2, I think that we should use a 2-step verification system. Anybody who is on WhatsApp or
OTP,
do you understand? Anybody who is on WhatsApp or anywhere know that if you use 2-step verification stuff. So I'm the owner of the Ghana card. Anytime any SIM is about to be linked to my card, I should get a message.
Exactly.
And they say yes, approve before you go.
Wonderful.
Even if I go to link this thing, they should send it to my private
exactly
number. So that way you are involving the people. But if you just say that, what do you call it? We should do it, and for the system to be violated before I now go and use 402 to go and find whether it's the same. No, involve me from the word go. We should be proactive. The other thing too, I think NCA can do is that they should go back to the NIA and go and check this 11 million you are about to delete. Yes, we want to fight fraud, but then go to NIA, go and be sure that how many of those 11 million have got Ghana cards, but they are refusing to register? How many have got Ghana cards ready at NIA, but they've not gone to pick them?
Exactly so.
And then how many really don't have Ghana cards? Before then you know who to separate from, and then you deliver what you have to do. Then maybe you give those people who don't have at all another maybe period, maybe up to this May, maybe up to end of June. They too, if you don't go and do it, then that one there. Because if some of them are fraudsters, then it means we are encouraging the fraud.
Exactly.
So I think we should, because technology is meant to make life simple. It's not meant to make life.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But I think with the way we are going about this implementation,
I think
but as for the agents,
we should take them out.
They should be taken out.
Okay.
Because we cannot be sure. I mean, this use of the app. Look, they said that even in your house, the keyhole in your it can be breached. Do you understand? Not all security system is foolproof. Once there's a keyhole at the door,
it can be breached.
So I don't know why they trust in the use of the app so much that they think it can be breached. Take out the people who you say are breaching the system. Take them out. Then we know that now it's left with the telco staff. So if they breach it, then we know that it is this telco staff who are breaching the system.
Yes. You think there should be some fines for this? Should people be fined heavily for these breaches? Because these are data breaches.
I've heard from the NCA that look, it came to a point where they felt that the way the telco agents are breaching the system, there's those particular telcos whose SIM has been, they should be sanctioned. The sanctions have not come in yet, but it is something that I think that the NCA is thinking about. Because if the telcos are not, because I'm saying that carefully, the telcos are aware. If you see the numbers, the way they are in close succession, they are aware. So the sanction can start.
Okay.
The sanction, because I think that if somebody is sanctioned right now, everybody will sit up.
All right. Yes. Thank you very much for sitting down with us, Samuel Dona. He's the Vice Dean of the Network of Communication Reporters, calling on the National Communications Authority to completely remove all telco agents from the ongoing SIM registration process to prevent more cases of fraud. It's a flawed system and it's promoting fraud, and hopefully we can get to the bottom of it and get solutions. Sammy, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Sue.
All right. So much. A small disclosure, we were in school together, so he's my classmate.
Absolutely.
One time. Good. It's good to have friends in high places. I've got more friends.